This video is brought to you by the No Fear community.
Claes Wallner is CIO of Vattenfall Energy. Welcome.
Thank you.
Could you please tell us a little bit about your background?
Yeah, my name is Claes Wallner, working as a CIO for Vattenfall. I've had this position for 5 years. The last 10 years I've been working as CIO in different companies, actually 4 companies. For that I have experience from metal industry. I'm working for ABB and also as a business and IT consultant for a couple of years. And my basic education is I'm an electrical engineer. I also studied finance. You always need to keep track of money.
So you will have extensive expertise in this area. No Fear describes the PlayStation generation as those born after 1985, and digital cowboys as the stars of this generation. How have you, as a leader, adapted to both rapid digitalization as well as the emergence of this new generation into the workforce?
A very interesting question. I'm head of a big company. And I'm head of IT, so I should actually be in the forefront understanding what is happening with the technology development. And I try to do that very much. For example, it's important to work close with the customers, understanding their current needs and also future needs. Also, I'm trying to follow what our competitors are doing and see how they use new technology. For the time being, it looks like we are following the market and are among the leaders, so that feels good. Then to the other part of your question, how we are prepared to adopt to the new generation coming in with the new competence. And I would like to summarize in saying we are not really ready. On the other hand, we are trying very hard to make sure that we can make use of the new competence and the new working style. And for me, it's a great asset employing people that are used to computers and internet and so on, and getting that into my workforce. So we are trying hard to make use of the new and very skilled generation. And in my job, it's very much about running IT. It's about people and our competence. So it's an important question for me.
So you've discussed how you utilize them, but how do you attract them? Because in the book, Becca describes that there's a shift in their motivation, that they're not quite as motivated just by career success and money, but slightly more towards fulfillment and purpose, not only in their life, but also their career.
Yeah, that's right. So it's a challenge, you can say, but what can you do as a leader? And first of all, I think you must show that you're a good company, and a good company do good things, but it's more than that. And in the dialogues with the potential employees, the PlayStation generation, I think you must listen very much to the real questions and describe answering that question in a straightforward way. And I know that they don't like to hear the normal corporate stories. So adopt to their interest and needs. And then how we can, what I can do as a leader to make sure that they will fit in. And I'm trying very hard to fight against hierarchy. We are an old traditional company. Of course, we have hierarchies. In many cases we are slow, and I really try as a leader to work against that. And what I'm trying to implement is a fast company. We shall be decentralized, and we shall also adopt to a more modern way of working. And here I think the new generation, they are used to work in a network, they are used with internet, and we as a company must adopt to that setup. But I think it's a long way to go, but I'm trying hard.
You work for a very international company operating in almost or over 90 different countries. And the book describes that the differences between cultures and countries are starting to decrease dramatically. Do you think, from your standpoint, that companies and leaders are prepared for this change? Are they ready for it, and are they reacting fast enough?
The answer on that question is no and no, so we are not ready and we are not acting fast. But of course, again, we are trying. And in our case, energy business is very much a local business or national business. And Vattenfall, 10 years ago, we were several national companies. Now we are in international operations in 9 countries. So again, culture, understanding, and international experience is very important. My organization, for example, we have one IT organization across the whole Vattenfall. And I have daily questions about culture, things, and differences. HR is helping me with different tools and training, so that's one thing. Another thing is that I really believe in you have to work in international projects and really learn from it. And here I'm looking really forward to the digital cowboys coming in, because they have a much better background and they are used to work cross-border. If I look at my kids, for example, I have 3 kids around 20. They have been traveling around the world several times, and this is a pattern among many kids. So they have a really good international background when they start. And from my point of view, it's to make use of that skill and experience.
So this goes to the next question. What do you think is the most important thing leaders can learn from the digital cowboys? And how would that shape their leadership skills?
Yeah, the most important thing we can learn is, I think we should be open-minded and work with the ears and not tell them. So really study and understand what is important for them in their work. And I think reading the book is one good suggestion, because it gives you insight in this. And in my case, I said I have 3 kids. I actually try to ask them what they expect for future. And you know, there is a huge difference between their view and what I see. And I try to be modern and really learn from that and adopt to the new style. But as I said, it's a huge difference. But I also think the new generation shall learn some from the experienced generation. I mean, if I compare myself around 50 and if you are 40, 50 or 60, that we have good experience also. And I believe the best companies, if you can combine these competencies from experience from the old generation and then the new technology and that comes from the PlayStation generation. Because they are in many cases really into the technology and know how to use it in a smart way.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you.
This video is brought to you by the No Fear community.